Good day. Scott Hoffman here from Benchmark Export Services. We're continuing in our discussions on Incoterms, and we're going to talk about DAP, Delivered at Place. This term again was updated or added in 2010 Incoterms. What the term is delivered at place. The seller takes responsibility to deliver the goods all the way to the buyer's named location. You always want to use the term DAP and then name that point that you've agreed to make the delivery to. Whether you're the importer or the exporter, the term goes all the way to your customer's door with you as the seller responsible for all of the transportation cost. DAP does not include customs clearance, duties, taxes, customs formalities, but it does include the destination terminal handling and destination delivery up to the point. Demurrages and detentions can get a little crazy because it really depends upon if there are any demurrages or detentions. Who was the cause? Was it caused by customs in the foreign country? Was it caused by the customer's customs broker? Or was it just a delay that's normally occurring in a transportation sense? So you want to, if you're using the term, use it correctly. It gives the U.S. exporter complete control of the transportation process. And if you are the importer, it gives complete control of the transportation to your foreign supplier. As an import term, well, also as an export term, it really subjects you to currency adjustments at a foreign destination. It also subjects you to providing the transportation at the foreign point where your customer may already have his own trucks, and here you are setting up the delivery for them. It really doesn't put you in the best or the most efficient term, but for some clients, it is a very advantageous term. If you're a U.S. exporter, it does give you that control, especially if you're selling a machine or something where you've got a turnkey process or a product. As an importer, it gives you virtually no control of your transportation. It doesn't allow you to even augment any shipping arrangements with the trucker or with the carrier. You're kind of stuck at whatever your customer or your supplier decides to do. He's most likely, or she is most likely, going to choose the cheapest carrier, which is going to generally translate into the slower services, ones where the equipment isn't as available, or the terminals are more difficult to deal with, or the truckers are not as reliable. So again, if you're importing under this term, be very, very careful about what your guidelines are to your foreign suppliers so that they can meet your needs. If you are a U.S. exporter, be very clear with your freight forwarder how you choose to use this term. Also, it's key to keep in mind that when you use DAP, that insurance is not named, so neither party is necessarily responsible for this. So if you're selling to your client on open accounts, even though they say they're going to put it, if something happens to your goods in transit and they didn't put goods or insurance in place, you may likely have some risk and some exposures there. So again, this, with all the other terms that we've talked about, if you have questions, can't encourage you enough to reach out, go to iccbooks.org, pick up an actual copy of the Incoterm book so that you have a clear understanding of what your responsibilities are as the seller or the buyer, and then what your seller and buyer's responsibilities are, respectively, whether you're importing or exporting. But have an understanding of exactly what these terms are, and if you're going to use DAP, to understand what you're responsible for and what costs are associated for or with that term, so that at the end of the day, when you're done and you've sold your goods, the actual outcome of that is you've received the monies that you were expecting, and you have an opportunity to sell more to that same client or buy from that same supplier again. So as always, we look forward to speaking with you. Encourage you to give us a call or contact us by email if you have any concerns, and have a great day.